You've seen the ads. A kitchen gadget for $2, a phone case for 70 cents, a jacket that somehow costs less than your morning coffee. And at some point, you probably asked yourself, how is this even possible? Because cheap products are not free to make. Materials cost money, labor costs money, shipping costs money. So if Temu can sell products this cheap, something else must be happening behind the scenes. Temu's entire first impression is built around disbelief. The prices do not feel normal, they feel almost impossible, and that is exactly what makes people click. A product that would usually feel boring suddenly becomes interesting because the price is so low that it creates a question in your mind. Is this real? Is it terrible quality? Is there a catch? That curiosity is part of the business model, because before Temu can make money from a customer, it first has to win their attention. And nothing wins attention faster than a price that looks too low to make sense. And the answer is not one trick. It's a business model built on fewer middlemen, massive scale, cheap cross-border shipping, aggressive advertising, and an app designed to keep people buying. Once you understand that system, you'll never look at a 99-cent product the same way again. Temu did not grow slowly. It arrived with aggressive discounts, constant advertising, and a simple promise: shop like a billionaire. The message was not complicated. You do not need to compare prices. You do not need to wait for a sale. Everything already looks like a sale. That made the app feel different from Amazon, Walmart, or traditional online stores. Temu was not trying to look premium. It was trying to look unbelievably cheap. And for millions of shoppers, that was enough to make them download the app and start scrolling. Temu launched in the United States in 2022. It is part of PDD Holdings, the company behind Pinduoduo, one of China's biggest e-commerce platforms. But Temu was not just another shopping app. It brought a different model to Western consumers: extremely low prices, endless discounts, and products shipped directly from low-cost sellers to the customer. The important thing to understand is that Temu is not just a store, it is a platform. That means Temu does not need to own every product it sells. Instead, it connects buyers with sellers, then uses the platform to control discovery, pricing pressure, promotions, and the customer experience. This gives Temu a powerful position. Sellers compete for attention, customers search for low prices, and the platform sits in the middle, collecting data on what people click, save, and buy. Over time, that data becomes extremely valuable. It shows which products are trending, which prices convert, and which deals keep people inside the app. To understand Temu, you first have to understand normal retail. In traditional retail, a product usually moves through several layers. A factory makes it, a wholesaler buys it, an importer brings it overseas, a warehouse stores it, a retailer sells it, and finally, the customer buys it. Every layer adds a cost. This is why normal retail can become expensive. Each step in the chain has a job. The wholesaler buys in bulk. The importer handles international movement. The warehouse stores inventory. The retailer markets the product and sells it to the customer. But each step also needs to make money, so the price slowly builds. A product that costs a few dollars to manufacture can become $10, $20, or $30 by the time it reaches the shelf. That does not mean traditional retail is fake. It means the customer is paying for the entire system behind the product. Temu's model tries to remove as many of those layers as possible. Instead of a long chain of middlemen, the platform connects shoppers with sellers and manufacturers much more directly. That means fewer markups, less branding, less traditional retail overhead, and when millions of people are buying, even tiny margins can become powerful at scale. Temu's model tries to compress that system. Instead of building a brand around every product, it focuses on volume. The product does not need fancy packaging. It does not need a big retail display. It does not need a traditional brand story. It just needs to be cheap enough to win the click. That changes the whole game. Because when shoppers are mostly choosing based on price, sellers are forced to compete aggressively. And when thousands of sellers are competing inside the same platform, prices can get pushed lower and lower. But cheap manufacturing is only part of the story. The bigger question is shipping. How do you send a low-cost product across the world and still keep the price so low? One answer is consolidation. With enough volume, shipping starts to work differently. A single small package moving across the world is expensive, but thousands of small packages moving together can be treated more like one giant stream. Orders can be grouped, sorted, packed, moved through logistics hubs, and then separated closer to the customer. This is one reason platforms like Temu can make cross-border shopping feel simple. To the customer, it looks like one tiny item arriving at the door. Behind the scenes, it is part of a much larger machine, a machine built around scale. But for years, there was another major advantage, a trade rule called de minimis. Under this rule, low-value packages entering the United States could avoid normal import duties and paperwork. The rule was originally meant to make small shipments easier. But over time, companies like Temu and Shein used it at massive scale. De minimis mattered because it reduced friction. When low-value packages could enter with fewer duties and less paperwork, it made direct-to-consumer international shipping much easier. That was a huge advantage for platforms selling cheap goods. Instead of importing large shipments into warehouses first, they could send smaller packages directly to shoppers. But when billions of packages start moving this way, governments begin to pay attention. What was once a rule for small personal shipments became a major part of global e-commerce. And when the rules changed, the model had to change with it. Then there is the app itself. Temu does not feel like a normal store. It feels like a game. Spin-the-wheel discounts, countdown timers, flash deals, coupons, referral bonuses, notifications. Every part of the experience pushes the same feeling. Buy now, before the deal disappears. Temu's app is built to reduce hesitation. A normal store gives you products. Temu gives you urgency. There is always another coupon, another countdown, another free gift, another deal that feels like it might disappear. This matters because cheap prices alone are not enough. The app has to turn attention into action. That is why the shopping experience feels closer to a game than a catalog. Every tap creates momentum, and the more people tap, the more the platform learns what keeps them moving. But the model comes with trade-offs. Cheap prices can mean longer shipping times. Product quality can be inconsistent. Returns can be annoying. And the environmental cost of moving millions of small packages around the world is hard to ignore. There are also legal and regulatory questions. This is the flywheel. Low prices bring people in. More people create more orders. More orders attract more sellers. More sellers create more competition. And more competition can push prices even lower. Once that loop starts working, the platform becomes harder to ignore. Customers come for the deals, sellers come for the customers, and the platform becomes the place where both sides meet. That is why Temu's growth was not just about cheap products. It was about building a system where cheap products created even more cheap products. But every system has a cost. When price becomes the main selling point, something usually has to give. Maybe the shipping takes longer. Maybe the product quality is inconsistent. Maybe returns are harder than expected. Maybe the packaging creates waste. Maybe governments decide the rules need to change. That is the trade-off behind ultra-cheap shopping. The price is simple. The system behind the price is not. Temu's next version may look different. More local sellers, more domestic warehouses, faster shipping, higher prices. That does not mean the model disappears. It means the model evolves. Instead of relying only on ultra-cheap cross-border shipping, Temu can move closer to the customer. But the same core strategy remains. Use data to understand demand. Use scale to pressure costs. Use marketing to bring people in. And use the app experience to keep them buying. That is why Temu matters. It is not just a shopping app. It is a preview of where online retail is going. Faster, cheaper, more addictive, more global, more algorithm-driven. The old version of shopping was built around stores and brands. The new version is built around platforms, data, and attention. And Temu showed just how far that model could go. So the next time you see a product listed for 99 cents and you wonder how it is possible, now you know. It is not magic. It is not charity. It is a business model designed with one goal: to make the deal feel too good to ignore. And for millions of shoppers, it worked.